When's the last time you watched TikTok, hit your vape, or watched porn? More likely than not, you probably did it all in the last week. If not, round of applause to you. But let's be honest, the amount of bad habits that are among us nowadays is so high. The worst part about it is that most of the time you don't even realize what you're doing to yourself in the long run. When I say bad habits, you probably have a couple that pop into your mind right away. Eating junk food, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, all of that, porn, not going to the gym, whatever it might be, some of those pop into your head. But now, as those pop into your head, did you notice that any of them are ones that you commit on a day-to-day basis, or maybe on a weekly basis? Do you understand how they truly impact you on a negative aspect towards your relationships, towards your health, your emotions, towards your finances, whatever it might be? You might be turning a blind eye to it now, but you must realize that sooner or later, it's going to rise to the top and expose itself. I know it's scary to think about, but it's essential. If you don't identify your problems, you'll never be able to solve them. But congratulations, you've taken the first step of in your life by analyzing your first problem. But now that you've completed the first step of identifying them, on to the next. Alright, so you've analyzed something that's in your life that you could live without or benefit if it wasn't a part of your life. So let's do something about that. Let's change your habits, let's change your lifestyle and make it so that you're fine. And it's essential to understand that all problems, problem to problem, person to person, are different, and solving them and going about them is different. But there's one underlying fact that really lies there, and you have to understand, is that it's a brain fixation. Once you become somebody that incorporates a bad habit, your mind becomes fixated on it. You continue to repeat it, you continue to build this character and set of beliefs that establishes you as somebody that does that. If you smoke a cigarette, then your brain craves it. That's more of a chemical thing, but your brain craves it, you start smoking, and then you become a smoker, and then you just smoke for whatever reason you might have. I don't know, I wouldn't know. So the easiest way to disconnect your idea and your brain is to separate them. Get rid of that idea. Think of yourself as somebody who doesn't do such a thing. If you have an issue with gambling, consider yourself somebody that doesn't gamble. Just, tell people you don't gamble anymore. When somebody asks you, hey, how's gambling? You just say, I don't gamble anymore. It just creates your mind and puts your mind in such a hot seat to make action and prove to people that that's not what you are. One way you could go about this and help yourself develop this new mindset as somebody that doesn't do something is replacing that time or replacing that action with something else that will take your mind off of it. For somebody that wants to stop watching TV so much, you can replace that with going to the gym, or you can replace it with a hobby, reading, journaling, whatever it might be. If you're somebody who has bad habits of eating, you can replace going out and eating junk food cooking at home. If you're somebody that smokes cigarettes, you can replace that with chewing gum. Another very effective strategy is to change your environment. Honestly, I put this as an essential. If you're in an environment surrounded by bad habits and people doing them that is just always going to trigger you to do them, you're never going to be able to quit it or stop whatever habit you're trying to get rid of. If you change your surroundings, you change your environment, you're programming your mind to see less and less of it and be triggered to do it less often. A great example of this would be if you're somebody that notices that they snack, eat chips, eat cookies at home, you take those chips or snacks or whatever it might be and you move them, you hide them, you throw them out, you get them rid of them, and you replace it with fruit, replace it with something healthy. Make it so that you're eating good food that is beneficial, and that whenever you walk into the kitchen, you see fruit rather than seeing chips, and then you know that your chips are thrown out, so to get chips you would have to drive to the store. It's just so many extra steps to getting that, so you'd rather just eat the fruit. If you're somebody that struggles with sleeping and your room is full with computer, TV, Xbox, whatever it might be, that's what's keeping you up, get rid of it. Put it in another room. Make it so that when you come into your bedroom, it's meant for sleeping. It's all about giving your mind less ideas and less cues to do something bad, so that it makes it easier for you to get rid of it and completely abandon that idea. Something that a lot of people practice are streaks and dry periods. Get out of here, streaks. But those aren't necessarily the greatest way about looking at it. The one issue with a streak is that you've counted how many days you haven't done something because you're worried that, you're going to do it again. You want to have this, it's like almost like a game. You're getting yourself a new score. I've gone, 45 days without smoking. My best has been 50. Let's get to 50. And then when you get to 50, it's like, I've done better than I ever have. And then you're more likely to just relapse. Interesting push-pull technique. Where in contrast, if you change your mindset and how you look towards yourself and that action, you're reprogramming your mind. You're changing your neural connections within your brain so that you notice that if you identify as somebody that doesn't smoke, you're not going to smoke. You're like, all right, I'm not a smoker anymore. I can't smoke it. It's like, you just got to push through that. This is similar to the idea mentioned in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's about changing your paradigm. Changing your paradigm is changing how you are as an individual, how you react, how you act, how you move, how you speak, how you think on certain subjects and topics. This means switching your mindset from who you were to become who you want to be. It can be done through manifestation in the mind. Once you start thinking about it and you want to reach a new goal, a new height, a new level of yourself, you got to see it. You got to believe you could do it. You got to go after it. You got to make it happen. You got to chase after that image. So what do you do now? If you recall earlier in this video, we identified some things that you might be struggling or could see yourself better without them. What I want you to do is write down a list of a couple things that you could change, bad habits, or maybe not the best habits, and choose one. Take that one and think of things that it could be harming you, why it's bad for you, and then go about and think what you could replace it with that will help you. Once you get a solid plan, it's all about putting it into effect and then moving towards becoming that greater individual. The key to unlocking the best version of yourself is in your hands, and it's in your mind. You have to go out there, believe you can do it, and then make it happen. Make the change. Do what is necessary to improve your life. The journey to this is a long one. It's a painful one, and it's a struggle. But the rewards from it are plentiful, thousandfold over the work you put in. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see more of. Let me know what you want to see less of. If you didn't like it, that's fine. Leave a comment. Do whatever you need to help me put out content that you enjoy. With that being said, don't forget, the power to transform your life lies within you. Don't stop learning. Don't stop growing. Don't stop launching towards your dreams. I'm your host, Andrew Savina, and I will see you in the next video.